Welcome back to Craft to Crumb's Tech Talks. In this episode, sponsored by Dawn Foods, I'm speaking with Dawn's marketing director, Marie Halfmann, and we are diving into chocolate innovation, or more specifically, Dawn's chocolate mania for bakery applications. Hi, Marie. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Hi, Joanie. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So we're going to have a conversation about one of my favorite topics, chocolate. I'm going to start with a really easy question, and that is, why chocolate? Aside from perhaps maybe chocolate is life, why chocolate in bakery applications?
And like you said, it's kind of like chocolate is life. We know consumers love chocolate. So just in general, 90% of consumers love or like chocolate. Definitely, universal love there. And we get into bakery. It's really important bakery because almost half of desserts contain chocolate. So to win in bakery, you really need to win in chocolate. And the good news is not only is chocolate popular, but it's expected to grow as well. So that's what's so exciting about chocolate and bakery. It's beloved by consumers and it's growing. So it's really a win-win for bakeries.
It makes me think of the opening scene in the original Willy Wonka movie when they walk into the factory and the first thing you see is that chocolate river and everything is just so vibrant and beautiful. And I think that's really what people equate chocolate with, especially in bakery applications. Like you just can't imagine bakery without chocolate, right?
No, you can't. And like you said, it's the visual appeal and just even that this aroma too. When you walk in and you smell chocolate, right away people see it visually and through the sense, and it just brings that happiness, just like that Willy Wonka moment. You see chocolate and all of a sudden people are happy and excited and they drives that impulse purchase. Once you see it, you smell it, you also want to buy it too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'd love to sort of dive in with you on the different types of chocolate and what sets each one apart from another.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what's so interesting about chocolate. It really is a multifaceted application, has different types of chocolate. The three most popular types of chocolate are really dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. So starting off with we think of like the chocolate spectrum. We'll start off with like dark chocolate because that is really your most cocoa forward chocolate. It's going to have like deep and intense flavor. We often refer to as dark chocolate, but you also see in baking applications that refer to as semi-sweet chocolate as well. And so that's really made of a combination of like sugar, cocoa liqueur, cocoa butter, and it's really great for a wide array of baked goods. It can be used for decorations, but it does have that more like slightly bitter flavor. So for consumers who are looking for something a little less sweet, that's where we typically recommend the dark chocolate or the semi-sweet chocolate. Then you have like milk chocolate. And so that is like, a little on the sweeter side. And what gives it that sweetness is you add whole milk powder to the chocolate. So that's what kind of like rounds it out a little more, makes it a little less bitter than dark chocolate. It's also a bit softer in texture too. So some people notice that as a preference. But again, this can be used across a wide variety of baked goods, just kind of keeping into mind like that sweeter preference. And the third variety we typically think of is like the white chocolate. So again, moving kind of to the sweeter end of the spectrum. This really is kind of, it doesn't have cocoa butter, which is why it's a white chocolate, but it really does hold its shape well while baking. So that's one of the unique things about white chocolate. And then it could also is really good for melting. So thinking of like dipping fruits in it, different baked goods, because you don't need to temper white chocolate. So that's a big advantage.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. I'm really glad that you pointed that out because I think it's important for bakers to understand not only the differences in how the taste and flavor will be imparted on a baked good, but also just from a process standpoint and the different things you need to understand when you're working with the chocolate.
Exactly. There's a lot to consider and take into account when working with chocolate.
Okay, so here's kind of a hard question. Everybody has talked about price increases, whether it's in the supply chain or all the way down to the consumers. And obviously, chocolate has not been immune. So, can you sort of walk me through how these price increases are impacting bakers and sort of how they can navigate that?
You're right. That's definitely one of the things we know. Cocoa prices are at an all-time high. It's been in the news a lot about chocolate, but the good news is consumers still want chocolate. Like we talked about before, consumers love chocolate. When they think baked goods, they're usually biased towards thinking about things with chocolate. So what we've seen with bakeries, the best approach is to really get creative about how they're using chocolate and really thinking about it for like their premium options to make sure that they can become like profitable. So one example we have is, taking a cookie, maybe you don't dip the entire cookie in chocolate because that's going to add a lot more cost. But if you could just dip a little bit of the cookie in chocolate, again, then you'll get that visual appeal of the chocolate. You can get a premium of up to like 60% on that cookie that can still help you be profitable, but also still get consumers excited because they're still getting that chocolate that they love. So it's really just getting creative with the solutions, and there's still definitely ways to still draw profitability out of chocolate.
That's a really good point. I think it also helps bakers kind of give consumers just what they need. Like if a child, like, and when you said it has that visual appeal, that was actually the first thing I thought of. Like I'm picturing a cookie that's only partially dipped in chocolate, and those are always so pretty. But then it's not like chocolate overload, and then you still get to enjoy all of the other flavors and textures and experiences that come with the baked good while saving a little bit of money on your chocolate.
Exactly.
So Dawn is in the middle of chocolate mania, and I love that. So I was hoping that you might be able to share with me some of the new chocolate products that are on the market right now.
Yes, definitely. And that's a great thing is like because we're seeing the growth in chocolate, we continue to innovate in this space because we're so excited about the growth we see. Consumers love it. And one of the innovations we launched this year is called our European style chocolate buttercream. And this is a really great product because it really combines premium experience for the consumers, but also really we took into mind decorators and how they work with the product as well. So from a consumer standpoint, it really delivers on a robust chocolate flavor. This one is more of that darker, more indulgent chocolate. For bakers, it's really more reminiscent of a scratch buttercream. So that flavor comes through really nice for your customers too. It's like a scratch buttercream. We're really excited about this product because we really do feel like it's easy for bakers to work with, but it just delivers such a great end product to consumers with that rich, fudgy texture, that decadent cocoa. It's made with real cocoa. So just a really fun product for both our bakers to work with and then for consumers on tons of baked good applications with it.
Okay, you're killing me. Like I want to taste this so bad. But it also makes me think, we talked about price increases, but these bakers are facing labor challenges too. And so if you have something that has that texture and taste and appeal of a made from scratch buttercream, that you don't have the labor available to make it, like this is a really great solution.
Right. It's a great, for labor because it's like, it tastes like scratch. You don't have to use as much labor to create it. And then it really does have versatility in applications. So we know, chocolate cake is the number one cake selling flavor. You can use this for your cake. You can use it for your cupcakes, but we also have great recipe inspiration for other applications outside of cakes, such as like whoopie pies, for example. So there's a lot of other things and applications that you can use the buttercream for beyond just traditional cakes and cupcakes.
Awesome. And okay, so it's like you're reading my mind because I was actually going to ask you, like, what are some of the different applications for some of Dawn's chocolate products that can be used? And can you just sort of provide some insight into maybe how bakers can mix and match and get that versatility for certain products?
Yeah, and that's what's great about like Dawn is we have such a robust portfolio. When you think about chocolate, it really does apply to all of our categories. So we're seeing a ton of growth in the chocolate cake segment right now, but there's also we have different chocolate donuts from both like a cake donut. We even have a yeast raised donut that's chocolate, so you can get chocolate in multiple varieties. Of donuts. We, of course, have like brownie applications. And then one of our most versatile mixes is our cream cake base. And with that, we have a chocolate variety. And with that chocolate cream cake base, you can make muffins from it. You can make bars. You can make several different Hispanic applications with our cream cake base. It's really our most versatile mix or base. And so there's just tons of different applications you can make with that.
Well, that's incredible. And I know that is something that Dawn is really known for is creating offerings that give bakers options. And then you also are very well known for inspiration. So this is really great coming, sharing these ideas. And I know that there are plenty more ideas and ways that bakers can use Dawn's chocolate products. So I guess I would ask, what is the best way for a baker to get in touch with Dawn to learn more about how they can really get the most out of their Dawn chocolate products?
Yes, and we'd love for bakers to get in touch with us and definitely take advantage of our Chocolate Mania activation that we're running right now because we're really about inspiring bakers to take advantage of the growth we see in chocolate. So we have, to your point, like an inspiration guide of Chocolate Mania with all the great recipes you can use with Dawn products. And like you said, what that really shows you how versatile they are, the different applications you can make with them. So we definitely would love for customers and bakers to get in touch with us so we can inspire them. And the best way to do that is through our website, which is dawnfoods.com. You can find our recipe inspiration there, our Chocolate Mania inspiration there, as well as our product portfolio. There's also a contact section on us, and we can definitely be in touch, but definitely to visit our website, dawnfoods.com.
Awesome. Well, Anne Marie, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me about the best subject in the world, chocolate. And thanks for all Dawn does to create amazing chocolate products for consumers to enjoy.
Thank you, Joanie. It's a pleasure speaking with you today. And I agree. It's always fun to talk about chocolate.